We venture into the depths of a haunting tale that defies comprehension. In the wee hours of June 7th, 1995, Detective Bill Lindsay finds himself engulfed in a scene of unspeakable horror, a tableau of tragedy that will forever haunt his memories. Before him lie the lifeless forms of Mary Phillips and her young daughter Lacey, victims of a merciless fate. But amidst the darkness, something chilling transpires as Detective Lindsay meticulously documents the devastation with his camera. The shadows of the past, where every snapshot reveals a fragment of the truth hidden in plain sight. This is Dark Minds, and the June 7th, 1995 secrets await our discovery. The disappearance of Mary and Lacey Phillips. At 3:45 a.m. in June 1995, a 34-year-old mother and her 11-year-old daughter Lacey are reported missing by their distraught family. Little do they know, a serial killer roams free in their midst. A police officer meticulously searches the mother's office, documenting the scene with his camera. His heart sinks as he discovers Lacey bound to a chair. However, when he readies himself to capture the scene in another photograph, something astonishing occurs. Lacey stirs, lifting her gaze to meet his, a sudden spark of life amidst the darkness. As the officer recounts the surreal experience, he recalls being abruptly awakened by the sound of a camera shutter. Startled, he turns to find a man declaring, "This one's alive." In the year 1995, Lacey Phillips resides in Bald Knob, Arkansas, surrounded by her loving family. On June 6th, Lacey is under the care of her older sister Darla, while their mother Mary attends work. A routine dentist appointment awaits Lacey at 4 p.m, prompting Darla to drop her off at their mum's workplace, a local county tax office. In the dark hours of the night, the police dispatcher listens intently as James recounts the disappearance of his wife and daughter, the weight of uncertainty heavy in his voice. A deputy's desperate race against darkness. The phone's shrill ring shattered the silence of the deputy's midnight repose. Swiftly responding, he was en route to the tax office within mere minutes. Pulling into the parking lot, an eerie emptiness greeted him, save for a lone pickup truck nestled near the building's edge. Approaching the office's entrance, a sense of foreboding washed over him as he discovered the unlocked door. The beam fell upon a ghastly sight, a young woman, her body crumpled on the floor, bound and bruised, a silent witness to unspeakable violence. Intrigued yet wary, he cautiously swings the door open, revealing a cramped bathroom adorned with only a toilet and sink. But what seizes his attention is the sight at its center. A young girl, bound to a chair, her form limp and drenched in crimson. The evidence of violence is stark, her head bearing the marks of multiple blows. As the officer captures the moment with his camera, he's startled by a movement, a slight turn of the girl's head, her eyes meeting his gaze. It's a moment of disbelief. Without hesitation, he alerts his colleagues, urgency lacing his voice as he insists on immediate medical assistance. Lacey is swiftly whisked away to the nearby hospital, her fragile form slipping in and out of consciousness. The severity of her injuries is starkly evident, multiple blows to the head and telltale signs of strangulation etched upon her delicate neck. The prognosis is grim. Her jaw lies shattered, her skull fractured, requiring intricate reconstruction. Lacey's harrowing tale of terror and tenacity. June 7th dawns, and Lacey finds herself in the sterile confines of the ICU at Children's Hospital. She recounts the events of June 6th with remarkable clarity, painting a vivid picture of the horrors she and her mother endured. In chilling detail, Lacey recounts the fateful afternoon she and her mother Mary on the brink of leaving the tax office for a routine dentist appointment when the intruder shatters their tranquility. Wearing latex gloves, the intruder brandishes a coil of wire and a menacing pistol. With a chilling declaration of robbery, he sends shivers down Mary's spine as she instinctively moves to shield Lacey from harm. However, her protective instincts are swiftly thwarted as the assailant commands her to approach. Ignoring Mary's pleas, he binds her wrists with cold, unforgiving wire. Turning his attention to the trembling 11-year-old, he coerces her into the bathroom, where a solitary chair awaits. With trembling hands, Lacey complies, her fear mounting as she watches him secure her to the chair's unforgiving frame. "Lacey said that," I pleaded. "Don't hurt my mama," the words escaping in a desperate whisper. His response froze me in terror as he callously declared, "I'm not going to hurt your mama, I'm going to hurt you." When she regained consciousness a few minutes later, she found herself in a horrifying scene, bloodstains smeared across the room. With a chilling resolve, he seized Lacey's neck, tightening his grip in a final attempt to silence her. Leaving her bound and defenseless in the darkness, he departed from the office, unaware that the resilient young girl still clung to life, her breath a fragile beacon of hope amidst the suffocating darkness. The capture of Jack Jones. Lacey begins to recount her harrowing ordeal. As she describes the man in vivid detail, Lacey reveals that the assailant bore a teardrop tattoo on his face, a detail etched into her memory with unwavering clarity. Armed with this crucial information, law enforcement swiftly connects the dots. The name Jack Jones emerges, a 31-year-old with a history of robbery charges and a chilling penchant for violence. Notably, Jones sports the exact teardrop tattoo described by Lacey, a damning piece of evidence linking him to the heinous crime. To their astonishment, Jones proves surprisingly forthcoming, displaying no hesitation in divulging the gruesome details of his heinous acts against Mary and Lacey. According to Jones, his encounter with Mary was entirely opportunistic. He randomly spotted her at her workplace, and, driven by a twisted sense of vengeance stemming from his wife's alleged rape, he resolved to return later that day to carry out his murderous intent. In a cold and calculated manner, Jones describes how he methodically strangled Mary, using a cord from a nearby coffee pot in his own hands. He claims his actions were motivated by a desire for retribution, stemming from the perceived injustice of his wife's assault. Despite Jones's claims about his wife's assault, authorities find no evidence to substantiate his allegations. On June 7, 1995, Jack Jones is formally arrested for the rape and murder of Mary Phillips, as well as the attempted murder of young Lacey. The aftermath: Jack Jones's reign of terror. The judge's ruling for Mary's murder was swift and severe, death by lethal injection. In addition to this ultimate penalty, Jack Jones received a sentence of life in prison for the rape of Mary, along with an additional 30 years and a hefty $15,000 fine for the attempted murder of Lacey. However, even behind bars, Jones's dark legacy continued to unravel. While on death row, he confessed to the heinous murders of other young women. One such victim was 32-year-old Lorraine Barrett, whom he assaulted and strangled to death in 1991. Years later, in a chilling letter to his sister, Jones admitted to the murder of 20-year-old Regina Harrison in 1983 when he was just a teenager. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below with your thoughts on the Lacey Phillips Seal case. And until next time, stay curious and stay vigilant.